Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about the mobile operation centers and how they're going to be working in the Gunrunning DLC, as well as looking back to what Rockstar said on the Newswire and a whole lot more. So let's start with what Rockstar said on the Newswire, the concrete information first. This is actually one of the more interesting things I think about the Gunrunning DLC. So Rockstar states that there's going to be more details soon on the massive, tactical, full-service mobile operation centers complete with new weapon upgrades and deep customization. So let's talk about the words that they use to describe this. Massive, which would obviously mean huge in size. Tactical, meaning that it has like a purpose to meet your specific gun running needs, I would imagine. And it also is described with coming with new weapon upgrades. I don't know if it's talking about the fact that the mobile operations center will be weaponized, or that inside of the mobile operations center you'll be able to upgrade weapons, and then deep customization, which means that in some way, shape, or form, these MOCs are going to be customized. I don't know to the degree like we see regular cars, like at LSC or Benny's, but it definitely is going to have some form of customization, and Rockstar are describing that as deep. So for the longest time, I thought that the Mobile Operations Center was going to be something similar to the Brickade, and honestly, something out of Fast and Furious 7. So this is from the scene when the Fast crew is chasing this, I don't even know what it would be called. It honestly looks like a perfect example of a mobile operations center. Basically, they're trying to get Ramsey the hacker out of this. If you've seen Fast 7, you know what I'm talking about. That scene is pretty cool. I didn't think it was going to be an aircraft carrier, and I didn't think that it was going to be something that was, super stationary. Well, we have some information today from Yan that actually reveals what this is. So he stated pretty simply on the GTA Forum site, the Mobile Operations Center is a huge trailer that is going to be hauled by a truck. And the reaction to this was pretty split. Some people thought this was pretty cool. Other people thought that this was a little lackluster and that they were honestly expecting more from the Mobile Operations Center. So when I saw this information, I thought back to two things. Number one was a heist that myself, Garrett, and Austin, the Saints fan, actually did a long time ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. We kind of did this custom heist series, and in one of them, our objective was to get these rare vehicles in the back of one of the trailers. And it was pretty cool. We got all the cars on the inside. We were like transporting them throughout the map, and it was pretty interesting. And that's one thing I think of. I also think of Spy Hunter. It was a super retro game where you kind of did the exact same thing. Your objective was to get vehicles inside of like these big lorries driving on the street. So that right there is pretty cool, and that's immediately what I thought of when it came to this. So as far as information on the Mobile Operations Center goes, that's the only info that Yan has provided. So basically the rest is for up to guess and to speculate as to what it could be. And I actually do have a lot of interesting things. Like, for example, is it going to be some place that we can live? Like, can we set it as a spawn location and park it somewhere? Or is it going to only be like a vehicle where you can drive it? One thing that some people have been guessing is that it might be just a big stationary building like the yacht that you can move for a fee. So it won't actually be able to be driven around the map, even though it's mobile because it can move to various locations, but it'll be like a cutscene where a driver attaches a trailer to it, picks it up, drops it off at the location, then goes on their merry way. If that's the case, that brings up some other things. Is it going to be indestructible? Could it be destroyed? Could it be blown up where you would have to call your insurance in order to get it back? And speaking of it functioning like a yacht, one thing I do want to throw in here really quickly is the other day I made a video talking about some of the best ways to make money prepping for gun running. And one of them I said was you could downgrade your yacht. It turns out my source for that was incorrect. So I know this has nothing to do with the topic of this video, but if you're watching this or you just watched my previous video, don't downsize your yacht. It doesn't work the same way that the offices and the MC clubhouses did. And I've actually done those on stream, so I assume that the yacht would work, but apparently it doesn't. Just wanted to throw that in there so you guys don't lose any money or anything like that. But I think that if it does function like a yacht, that could be kind of interesting, because that is one of the things I dislike about the yacht is that we can't cruise around the waters of Los Santos. They're just stationary. They don't do anything. They're like big turtles. They don't ever move, which to me is kind of a bummer. Because honestly, with the amount of crazy weaponry that's going to be added with this update, something like a Hydra or an APC tank, honestly, to me, it sounds like it would be able to be destroyed super easily, unless it had some sort of like air defense system like the yacht, which would keep kind of like a no-fly zone around the mobile operation center. That would actually be pretty cool. Now, another thing Yan said is that it's hauled by a truck. I wonder if this is a special truck that can only haul the mobile operation center, or if you could attach any other big rig like the Phantom Wedge. How awesome would that be if you could attach the mobile operations center to the Phantom Wedge? That would be sick, like in the VIP kind of missions haulage. That is pretty cool. Now, another thing to think of is, what are we going to be able to do on the inside of this? Are we going to be able to bring vehicles inside of this trailer? Because they keep using the words like huge and massive. So I wonder if it actually means that it's huge and massive, or if that's just Rockstar's adjective to describe something pretty big. Will we be able to sit in there? Will we be able to walk in there, upgrade weapons? Will we be able to sleep? As I mentioned earlier, are we going to be able to set it as a spawn location? Will it have windows that we can look at and view the world? Like I said, there's a lot of information we don't know. That's the only information that, as I'm making this video, Yan has provided. So I guess the rest is just going to be our own personal speculation on what we believe is going to be the case. Now, one thing I have seen is some people getting confused with this screenshot. Some people are believing that the thing that the Dune Loader is driving into, is the MOC, the Mobile Operations Center. That's not the case. That is the bunker. It should have been pretty clear by the sign that's out in front, but some people are getting that confused as like the opening of a truck bed or a trailer. That's not the case. That's a bunker. They're completely separate. So with all that being said and what we just talked about, I want to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. Let me know what you think the Mobile Operations Center is going to be, and how do you think it's going to function? Let me know your details, your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comment section down below. So as of when I'm making this video, that is all that Yan has said on the mobile operation centers, but he has mentioned some other interesting things, including the possibility of more leaks coming soon, and that he could be revealing things in a bit. I'm not sure if he is going to, but it's kind of what he's hinted at. So if we take a look at this message right here, someone asked him, the chance of you not leaking anymore is about as slim as the rest of this thread, agreeing with my post. And he said, want to bet? And he followed up by saying, all we want to know is if you know more or not, Yan. And he says, I do. Now you'll all suffer because you know I know more and could reveal more, but that I won't do it. And he ends by saying, don't blame me for that. So I don't know about that. I've never liked the sort of cryptic vibe of choosing to give out information or not. I've never liked that. But then again, I'm not the one with the information. Yan is, so he can really choose to do with it whatever he wants. I'm just of the mindset that I prefer things to be as clear as possible, and I'm not a whole fan of like the cryptic, mysterious wording in nature. So will we be seeing more leaks from Yan coming up in a bit? Who knows? It seems as if he does know stuff, but I guess it's honestly just up to him on if he wants to share this information. And this should be obvious, but this is all coming from him as just a reputable member of the community. Nothing has been confirmed. So if you have any questions, they should obviously be directed towards him, as he's the one that's been talking about this. But I still do believe that this is all really cool, and the Mobile Operations Center is definitely one thing I want to get some more information on, as I do believe it's going to be an intricate part of these gun running missions. I think we're going to have our bunker, which is obviously not going anywhere because it's underground, and then these mobile operation centers are hopefully going to be a way to execute those missions without having to go back to the bunker. Same with like storing a vehicle or two, upgrading ammo or upgrading weapons, or doing something there, sleeping, getting more snacks, getting more body armor, stuff like that. And I hope that it's functionable. The fact that it's a huge trailer being hauled by a truck, though, makes me a little bit skeptical of its use, because if you think about it, that would make it really difficult to take off-roading into the mountains near the water, because if you try and do that today, you're going to have a hard time driving a big rig and a trailer on the back, really anything other than a highway and straight roads. So like I said, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. Let me know what you think this mobile operation center is going to be, and what do you think about the possibility of more leaks coming soon? Love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.